I was lucky when I started. I fell into suddenly managing Buddy Guy and Junior Wells. So I had two living legends from the get-go, and at that point in time I remember saying to them, I see this business as far more who you know business than what you know. And I'm starting from scratch, so I don't really know a lot of people in this business, but you guys want me to be the manager, and I want to be the manager. And if you'll be a little patient, I will figure out who we should know and how to proceed. What made it easier, not easy, I thought it would be easy and it never was easy, but what made it easier was in that first year or two I realized that I managed two guys who were every rock star's hero. And one of the first things I did when I started managing is I called Sid Seidenberg, who was B.B. King's manager and who had an accounting background. And I said, he took my call because I said I was Buddy and Junior's manager. Otherwise, I don't think he'd have taken the call. He didn't know me. But he took the call and he says, how can I help you? And I said, well, I'm just starting out managing blues artists and, Buddy and Junior, and I'm not sure, how to proceed. I'm new at this, and I think you were in my shoes 20 years ago, and I thought I'd call you up and ask you what advice would you have from somebody starting out. I think you've already figured it out pretty well, and maybe you could point me in the right direction. And he took that well. I mean, he was good with that. And he said to me, Marty, from my point of view, the whole thing is PR. It's all about public relations. Don't worry about gigs. If you do the PR, the gigs will come to you. And I understood that. I mean, that made sense. There was a logic to that. But it still took me a long time to move into really thinking that way. Because in the beginning, all you want to do is work. You want to know the band is working. If they're not working, they have no income. So you still tend to over-focus on the gigs instead of the PR. And then the other side of that coin is, what do you have for a PR budget? I don't know what he had or what he was willing to put in to pushing BB's career. But I had little monies of my own that I wanted to put up as a public relations budget, and my artists didn't really have money they wanted to put up as a, quote, public relations budget. So I devised for us what I think of as the poor man's public relation budget. We did it without any money. But what my goal was to pursue a strategy so that everybody in the world would learn that their hero's hero was one of my artists. That Buddy Guy was Eric Clapton's favorite, or Stevie Ray Vaughan's favorite, or one of the favorites, not necessarily the favorite. But my thinking was that if people knew that their heroes worship the talent that I'm managing, they might want to know a little more about this talent and pay a little more attention to what they do.